Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Snack. We do have live tournament action coming at you right now. It is going to be on GSL's Calm Before the Storm. Guess what? We have made it to the semifinals tonight. PswBoSs, we haven't had to see play quite yet this evening, taking on uGpSS. Wow, that guy is a very, very strong player. He did just take out Vinny, and that, as everybody knows, is absolutely no picnic. But we are set up, ready to go for this best of three. My goodness. Game 1, cross positions on an enormous map. Boss going to be up here as our yellow Protoss player. Down here in the top, or in the bottom right-hand corner, is SS spawning as our green Protoss. A PvP on such a big map. This is what's interesting. Is, I mean, unless you get good proxies down or something like that, this can go anywhere. I mean, you can see a serious macro game potential. My guess is somebody's going to try and get very aggressive here. That's what you tend to see in your Protoss versus Protoss matchups, but there is a definite possibility of just about anything at this point. So far, so good, though. We do see a relatively mirrored build. I assume we're going to see gateways from both players here momentarily. Boss, maybe... Yep, there he goes. Is indeed going to start with a gateway. In just about the same position, actually. That's kind of strange. Look at that. These guys are putting them in the same mirrored position. Just about. Got to love that. But gas is going down for both players as well. Oh, so Tiny Spider, I will check that out. I'll check your link out in just a moment. Actually, I'll go do it right now. I can look at it while I'm casting. While I'm casting, gas complete here for Boss and for US, or for SS. He's going to be working on getting his Cybercore out here momentarily as well. Cybercore going down for, just for SS. There it goes for Boss. Looks like maybe just moments behind there. Not too bad though. He should be okay. As we move forward, Boss does have a scout cruising out across the map as well as SS. These guys going to scout each other just about the same time. It's not a little bad deal there. No, that's not a good deal. ViewSonic for 189. I wouldn't buy that. Would not buy it, sir. I would buy an ASUS monitor. That's what I would recommend. Just so you know, and you can get them for a little bit cheaper than that. And they are beasts. You can get them that support HDMI. Now, Wholeworks. This could be Boss here. Chrono boosting out his Warp Gate technology. Same deal here for SS as well. Second gas, though, going down for SS. Now, that's interesting. So we do see some deviation here. And he is going to be scouting his opponent's base here for quite a while as well. Should be able to be around for just a little bit longer. We do have this Stalker about to pop out, but this guy doing some good scouting as well for Boss in SS's base, and we're still chrono boosting out these units. We do have, Stalker. Sneaky, sneaky Boss made it look like he was leaving the base and did evacuate his probe down here to the low ground. Looks like SS not going to take that for granted, though, even though it looks one way, is definitely going to be checking things out. And I think that he is probably going to find his opponent's probe here. So while he has tried very, very well, I think it was worth a good try there. Boss did indeed lose that probe. Now it looks like SS lost his probe over here at this position as well. That was up scouting his opponent's base. Indeed he did. 1 kill each on the probes. But we do have a robotics facility going down here for Boss. So it is a 3-gate robo at this point for him. And back here at SS's base, it is going to be a Twilight Council. Interesting play. He's got double that gas, so probably going to see some Blink Stalker play here momentarily. Blink Stalk play can be extremely effective, especially on this map. As big as it is, the rush distance across is going to slow Boss down out across the map, and because he cannot warp in Immortals in a proxy location, he is going to have to walk his entire army over there. We'll notice him probably chrono boosting these guys out. He's not doing it quite yet, but gearing up for what appears to be an expansion. Wow. Expand going down for Boss. 6 minutes, 15 seconds into the game. Looks to be in great shape. Robotics facility going down for SS as well. He's probably not going to use this for Immortals, just to scout high ground and potentially for a Warp Prism. Could very well be a Warp Prism. Either that or he's just going to grab an Observer. either is a good choice at this point. It is going to be an observer. Scouting the high ground, super effective. I mean, there's plenty of places where you can warp in. You can warp in up here in this position and skirt your opponent's army there very, very quickly. I mean, obviously you want to be careful. There's not, I mean, it's not tons. It's like you can warp in anywhere you want. But it's not a bad little deal there, and he should be able to utilize that fairly effectively. He does have a pretty decent little sized army out on the field. However, Boss does have about the same deal, and is going to be up this one base, and that doesn't strike me as a great situation here for SS. The longer he waits to do damage here, the better position Boss will be in. And we should start to see some supply discrepancy appear on the side of Boss and in favor of Boss. So looking pretty good. We do have some movement out across the field. Boss does catch wind of this very, very quickly, as he does have, ooh, and Blink being utilized. He's given up that tech pattern there. Looks like he may go for the push here right now. He's warping in a couple extra units. He does have that pylon down here on the low ground here, so he can warp in units here in a fairly close position. It's not a bad little spot. Should be okay. Bringing the observer. Does see the Immortals. 2 Immortals up here is quite a bit. Good force fields going down here, but Blink being utilized. Looks like SS is going to be going for the kill here. It's focusing down the Immortals very, very quickly, and both of them do indeed go down in very quick time. It's time to blink out of here, though. He is blinking down to the low ground as quickly as he possibly can, saving these units. Very, very cost effective there. Now we've got one more Immortal out on the field here, but that was good snipes there from SS. Looks like he is going to be continuing this push. Warping in some more stalkers here. He's going to wait just a moment, let these guys' shields recharge. Some of these guys are just about dead. Look at that. That guy's down at 1 HP. This one at 2. And that is HP that you cannot recharge. My goodness. So great stuff there, though, from SS. I keep wanting to call him uSPS for some reason. But blinking away. Looks like he's not going to continue that attack until he gets just a couple extra units. He's got to be super careful, man. Those Immortals will absolutely eat his stalkers to pieces. Put them in their mouths and chunk them to bits. Blinking back out there, not a bad little deal. Being as cost effective as he can right now. Not bad at all. We do have some more Zealots going to be warping in. The Zealots is what he needs to tank up this ramp. Notice that we do not have any observers in this army, and really what he's going to need is observers, or not observers, but sentries to block these Zealots out of the ramp, because once he gets all of these Zealots up that ramp, it is going to be difficult to deal with. Here comes your attack. Notice him focusing down the Immortals there very, very well. Not too bad at all, but Boss does have a supply lead. It is turning into be very, very significant, and SS going to be on his last leg here if he's not careful. And Boss, look at that, getting the snipe on his observer. Beautiful play there from Boss, and that is going to have to force, I think, SS to try and transition here. Looks like he's probably going to have to fall back. The nice thing for him is he can secure an expansion and be able to guard his ramp at the same time. Looks like he is going to send another observer out across the map here. But Civil Anarchy, I'll tell you what, out on the live stream, Civil Anarchy is already calling this a GG. And I'll be honest, I do not completely disagree with him here. I mean, SS is in absolute trouble right now. Check that units tab. 45 probes to 27 probes of SS. Absolutely brutal. He is going to be backing out here. He's got this forward pylon there. It's probably going to go down, I would assume, in just a moment. But Boss not scouting it quite yet, but he's got a significant army advantage right now. Significant indeed. Appears to be in great shape. Is going to be securing a third base. Boss taking his lead and turning it into just an annihilation type lead. Good force fields here. However, from SS, he is going to secure another snipe of an Immortal there. Not a bad little play, but all in all, I mean, he's still coming out way behind right now in this army count. Look at these Immortals, man. Brutal stuff. This guy got 2 kills already. Oh, wow. I mean, there's almost no way that SS can push this attack off of one base. Notice he is securing his second, his natural. He didn't choose to take this pocket expansion, which strikes me as a little bit strange. But, I mean, I guess you do what you got to do. I'm not entirely sure why he's choosing this location, though. I think it would be easier for him to take the pocket expand and guard the high ground here off of 2 base for just a little while. But he is going to go ahead and secure this. I mean, I guess we'll see how that's going to go. But he's got a probe up here in a kind of a hidden position. I wonder if he's going to try and take a hidden base here. Maybe not a bad idea. We'll see how that's going to go. But the third here for Boss is going to be up and running. We do have triple Immortals out on the field. And he is working on +1 ground weapons as well as now some Colossus. And we should see a push from Boss, I think, here fairly shortly. So good stuff there. Boss, man, I'll tell you what, let's just check that units tab one more time. 54 probes right now to 38. I mean, SS is holding on here, but a transition out of that 4-gate push like that is absolutely so difficult to pull off. So very difficult, and these Colossus now are going to start building up. We've got another one on the way. Extended Thermal Lance is on the way. We've got +1 armor as well as Blink going to complete here for Boss. He's going to be in phenomenal shape. This army is already looking very, very scary. The supply discrepancies are continue to grow. Boss at 123 to 78. You can see is just consistently ticking forward. Tick, tick, tick. Forward, forward, forward. SS, on the other hand, is going to be transitioning into charged lots, and I assume Archons. Maybe he's going to go for some Storms. I'm not sure yet, but he is going to be getting out those high temps. He does have triple Immortals out on the field. Not a bad little play. So Immortals, high temps, and Zealots could be a good little play here, actually. It's not a bad play versus Boss's very, very nice unit composition. He does have those Colossus, however. That's going to be difficult. Boss going to go for a little bit of harassment here. I like this quite a bit. And the interesting thing, I wonder if you can blink. I think you can blink from here to here. So, I mean, that can really help you skirt. Going to blink forward here. He's going to chase off SS's stalkers that were holding that center tower. And SS going to be cruising out. I'm not entirely sure why, but he is going to be blinking forward. Don't know. I mean, I think he's just I guess he was looking to see if there was still an echelon of stalkers there, which is a smart little play. It just looked funny to us because we have vision of everybody. So, good stuff though. But I mean, again, Boss with such a large supply lead, he does have the upgrade advantage as well. +1/+1 is complete. Now we are going to have some serious Archon out on the field here. This is not a bad little army. Charge complete here in just a moment, and I mean he'll be able to at least engage on a reasonable level here, but Boss should come out ahead, I would think, in this engagement. You can see SS getting slightly ahead of himself there, taking a little extra damage. And here comes the attack. We've got those Archons going to disappear here fairly quickly. This one's going to be taking a little bit of damage. But look at his army just evaporating. It's down to Immortals and Stalkers now, and now just Stalkers, and that is absolutely no fun. It's going to be blinking back here. Boss with 152 supplies still has double the Colossus out on the field. I do believe, ladies and gentlemen, this is about to be a GG scenario. SS trying to make his last stand here. He's got a couple Stalkers, some Blink Stalkers at that. Blinking forward there from Boss, and that is game. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching game number 2. We'll be headed your way here momentarily between these wonderful individuals. Hope you guys enjoy. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Snack. Game number 2 of this best of 3 semifinal coming at you. It is PswBoSs and uGpSS. Battling it out. PvP here, man. This has been really, really fun stuff. I'll tell you what, that was a long game considering it is PvP. They tend to be relatively short on occasion, but Boss holding on there. It was a great 4-gate attack from SS. However, Boss was super prepared with the amount of Immortals that he had and just really did a great job defending, securing his expansions, keeping his supreme economic lead, taking down game number 1 in phenomenal style. Now here in game 2, I think, I'll be honest, well, I'll tell you exactly what I'm thinking, and it's possible that I'm wrong because there's quite a few different things that you can do on this map, but my guess is that SS may be going for a cannon rush on this particular map. It tends to be extremely effective what you can do, and because it does force cross-position spawn, you know exactly where they're going to spawn. You can toss down 3 pylons in this position, and you can put either 1 or 2 photon cannons down here. You can also trick it with your where what you know how you get your probe stuck on the inside here to build the photon cannon. You can actually force it to where it pops him out to the outside. But you can see SS going to be cruising in here with a scout. We do see standard openers from both. So I was wrong. It's okay. I've been wrong before. But it's fun to think about anyway, and I think that those cannon rushes can be extremely effective in these PvPs these days. Gateway going down though for SS, so I mean it's going to be standard opener, or maybe a 4-gate play. Who knows? We'll check it out here in just a moment. SS does have all the scouting intel. Boss, oh, he's tricking his opponent here. He's tricking him because he's not going for the forge here. He does cancel that and is going to back out. But Boss did not overreact, none whatsoever. However, he is going to be spending a chrono boost on this gateway and tossing down now. His cybernetics core appears to be in great time. So I think SS was trying to trick him there, trying to make him pull probes, but he did not. He stayed very, very calm, and that's the one thing you've got to note about Boss. He's so familiar, he plays so very much that it's very, very difficult to throw this guy off of his game, and he just really remains very, very calm, in control, and is making it happen very, very well right now. Does have his first zealot out on the field. Back here at SS's base, we do have the Cyber Core completing, and Boss is only slightly behind, but Chrono's going down here on the Cyber Core for SS, and I assume going to be the same thing here for Boss momentarily. Indeed, indeed. Nope, he's not chrono boosting it out, but he's grabbing his second gateway and is chrono boosting out his units right now. Going to be getting out his stalkers here, it looks like, and wants to clear up this scouting probe, I would assume. Still no chrono on his cyber core. Interesting. So we'll see what kind of build he's doing here. Cleaning up the scout in great time. Boss in phenomenal shape. I mean, it's match point for him. I mean, he could kick it. All he has to do is play safe at this point in game number 2. I mean, once it comes to game 3, it's a different story. You have to do what you think is your absolute best play. But I mean, he can play very safe in game number 2. He doesn't have to rush in. And even if he did go for a rush, which clearly he's not, I mean, he would still have another game to pull it out. So, I mean, he's in phenomenal shape, and that's just the nature of these best of 3s. Now, we do have a Twilight Council going down for SS. This could be interesting, so maybe going to see Blink Stalker play here yet again. He does have 2 more gateways coming down as well. And back here at Boss's base, we do have a robotics facility. 2 gates, 1 robo so far. Still no chrono on that cyber core. Just these 2 units out so far, and he's been holding this tower, so he knows nothing's coming. At least feels fairly safe in his position, but we're going to start seeing him chrono boosting out his robotics. I assume it's going to be Immortals here right off the bat, but you can see him chrono boosting his economy there a little bit as well. So let's just check in on that units tab. 25 probes right now to 22. The Boss does pick up a significant lead there. It's not tons, but it's definitely significant. Boss is going to be kicking it here defensively for just a little while. And it looks like SS going to be going for his Blink Stalker play in just a little while. I wonder if he's going to grab a robotics. No robotics quite yet from SS. But we do have an expand going down for Boss. It looks to be about a quarter of the way complete. And nothing out of his robotics quite yet, which is strange. I actually really expected to see him get down an Immortal right away and start chrono boosting that sucker out. But so far it is not the case. Looks like he's shy a little bit of gas, trying to make it happen off just the 1 gas. And I think he, because he got that sentry in, wasn't able to get that first Immortal out. Looks like he should be fine now. He's going to go ahead and grab his second gas. Looks like he wants that unit composition where possible. Here comes your Scouting Observer from Boss. Looks like he's going to see what's going on. Is going to see the Twilight Council being chrono boosted, I would assume, here in just a moment. Indeed, he does. Good stuff. And here comes your big push from SS, cruising out across the field. He is going to be the aggressor here yet again. And it is currently 1-0 in favor of Boss. So, I mean, this is match point. If Boss can hold on here, he will be in phenomenal shape. Going to be cruising forward with that Immortal. And look at that. SS going to be backing out there waiting for the rest of his reinforcements. But great damage already being dealt by the Immortal. Do you see a couple more units going to be out on the field here for Boss. He does have to be careful. This is a pretty good timing attack here. SS now going to be cruising forward. Looks like he's going to try and snipe this Immortal ASAP. That's exactly what he wants to do. Boss trying to buy himself time. He's going to be pulling some probes here. And there, looks like SS going to settle for a snipe on the Nexus here, which is kind of interesting. I really wanted to see him try and take down those Immortals, but he is going to be blinking out here for just a moment. And kiting away. Oh, wow, but these Immortals are going to start picking up kills. You cannot let these guys get in range of those Immortals. Oh, my goodness, they do so much damage. Look at that, 50 damage, man. 2 armored units. Guess what? Stalkers do count as armored. Brutal, brutal, brutal. And now, Boss with his second base. SS not transitioning quite yet. He is just warping in more units. Going to be cruising forward. He does, however, have his robotics facility up and running. Going to be working on an observer. And I assume he's going to try and blink into the back of the base and do some kind of harassment while he attacks the main. Could be interesting. But Boss, look at his army. My goodness. This army is really, really scary right now. SS absolutely cannot take this army head on. He just can't at this point. Just cannot. This is not enough units. Stalkers, while they are a great unit, they've got 160 HP total when you take into account, you know, the shields plus the HP. Yeah, I mean, it's a great unit, but it's not that much when it comes down to it. Blizzard calls them a support unit, and indeed they are. Very much so a support unit, but he is going to be going for another attack here. I do believe that Boss has got the better of him yet again in this army composition, and looks like SS going to be backing out there for just a moment. Probably going to see him blink up here to the high ground. Trying to figure out if he wants to do this or not. Blinking up, going to try and snipe this robotics facility is not a bad little play here. Looks like he is going to get the snipe. Good snipe, actually. Very, very well played. And trying to blink down, but he was not quite in range on 3 of them there. Looks like he's going to have to be careful. Losing a couple extra units, and in his position, he cannot afford to lose extra units. Now, we do have him cruising into this natural. We're going to try and take out a couple pylons, it appears. Maybe try and snipe the Nexus. Not a bad little play. However, Boss is going to be in pretty decent position here momentarily. As soon as these force fields run out, looks like SS should be able to keep a couple more down on this field. Yes, he is going to be doing some serious sniping. He does have a 1 Immortal of his own cruising out across the field, taking a little bit of shield damage there. Got to keep those guys away from cliffs. But Boss in phenomenal shape right now. He's going to be grabbing Blink of his own. He's keeping these units relatively safe. Let's just check in on that units tab. Boss still with an economic advantage. Some of them not currently mining. He is going to be losing quite a few of them here. Half of his army looks like it may be in trouble. This great force field so far from Boss. Really keeping this army from SS, keeping Boss's army at bay. And for the first time in this game in a good little while, SS does have a supply lead. Beautiful stuff. Is getting a nice surround from the low ground on these units. Notice that blink being used here by Boss in phenomenal style. These Immortals, one of them does get sniped, but they're still picking away. That one had 3 kills right before it died. This one's already up to 4. This guy at 4 as well. Another one getting sniped there, blinking forward here from SS, who appears to be able to take it down. And there it is. GG, just like that. I think a great play. Getting the snipe on that robotics was beautiful stuff. And then blocking that ramp. Absolutely key there. Thank you guys for coming out. Game number 3. The tiebreaker will be headed your way here momentarily, so don't tab always on Starcraft. To catch you guys then. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. Game 3 in this best of 3 semifinal about to take place. PswBoSs and SS absolutely fighting it out in phenomenal style. This is one of the best PvP matchups I've seen in a good long while, man. 4-gate from SS both times. I mean, he's well, not really 4-gate, but he's grabbing that blink. So blink stalker play, and but he's really not getting into his robotics tech very fast at all. He's taking his time with it, but that last game, the control he exerted over his units just really came into play in a very big way. Focused down a couple buildings in Boss's base, making it happen kind of forcefully, but I'll tell you what, man, sometimes that's exactly what you have to do. And it is going to be SS spawning as our green Protoss up at the 12 o'clock position. They are in cross positions here on Metalopolis. And Boss, our yellow Protoss down here at the 6 o'clock. See how this is going to go. So far, so good. We'll see if anybody's going to go for any forges. I am definitely interested here. Definitely interested. This map's so very good for cannon rushing. It is going to be a gateway here for SS. Nothing from Boss quite yet. And it's a gateway. Oh, it's a forge! It's a forge from Boss. Cannon rush incoming, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a scout from SS going to be cruising out across the field. Boss currently going to be saving up resources to wall off this little position here. He's going to put down 3 in this position. Notice that SS got this little probe on patrol here. Going to try and look for it. Getting himself prepared just in case. Looks like he is going to see it. Oh my goodness. And Boss cruising up here to the high ground. We do see probes pulled. And SS trying to get in the way here is absolutely necessary. Wants to block this as best that he can. Oh my goodness. SS in phenomenal shape right now is going to be blocking his opponent here. Getting probes in the way, and it looks like Boss is going to have to back out. He did not go for a second try here. Oh, and cannon going down. Interesting play. Boss barely holding on. Oh my goodness, but he loses his probe, and now he appears to be in very, very big trouble. We do have a Zealot cruising down to the low ground. Cancel for Boss. You're going to see him try and transition here, but wow, I tell you what, he is going to be in trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, going to be just barely tossing down his gateway. Oh, wow. That is crazy train. I love it. Boss trying to make it happen, unable to do so this time. Great defense there from SS. It comes down to that probe micro getting in the way there. Absolutely necessary. Good stuff, but we do see SS cruising around here, doing some scouting intel. Wants to see how quickly this is coming together. Do see 1 photon cannon going down here for Boss. Is scouted here by SS. So that is going to be very handy for him to know. A lot of chronos at the ready here on this Nexus. Boss not currently producing any probes, but he is back at it over here. Looks like he's going to try and toss down some photon cannons. Cancellation going down. Is he going to get... Yes, he is. Putting some up on the high ground. I think he has to recommit here. Oh my goodness. Did let that one complete. It did die, but it did soften the stalker up there just a little bit. Boss having to be very careful. Taking the shots there. Interesting play. Letting that probe take the shots. Keeping these cannons as safe as possible. Trying to keep at least one of these cannons alive. No cancel on that one. He probably could have went ahead and canceled that one, but this one is doing some damage. And we are going to have to see. Wow, SS in a little bit of trouble here. Is working on another stalker here. Going to be able to focus down here, I believe, at this point. Indeed, and did not lose a stalker. Now has that high ground advantage. Going to take out this pylon ASAP. Pesky stuff. Boss trying to transition now. He does have a cybernetics core going down. Did do a little bit of damage there. Let's just see how it looks on units lost. Not very good for Boss at this point. Not very good at all. My goodness. Great play here from SS. He does find himself in a significant economic lead. 21 probes to 16. So Boss does have a lot of room to make up right now. Nowhere to go but up, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to be working on his warp gate technology. No chrono going down on it. Looks like he may be a little bit flustered. And he's also currently supply blocked there. Got to be careful. He's got double gas going. We'll see if what he's going to transition into. My guess is he's probably going to go for DTs at this point. Just because if you fall this far behind, it tends to be your best play. We do see a little bit of forward movement here from SS. No units out on the field here for Boss defensively, except for this 1 photon cannon, which may not last very long at all. It is going to get focused down here. Indeed it is. 1 stalker does die, but that's a great snipe there from SS. SS keeping the pressure on Boss, and that is GG. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. What a wonderful game. What a wonderful series. We'll be seeing SS in the finals tonight. Unfortunately, we will be missing Boss there. He is still, regardless, a phenomenal player. We'll catch you guys later. So don't alt tab. Always alt Starcraft. See you guys then.